Could Reform actually deport more than 500,000 migrants in 5 years?
Do we realistically think, Zia, we can deport 500,000–600,000 people in the lifetime of the first Parliament?
Totally, yeah.
But only a few months ago, Nigel Farage said this.
It's impossible to do. Literally impossible to do.
He's now explained.
Since that time, the work has been done on a credible plan so that we can deport hundreds of thousands of people.
Removing up to 600,000 migrants in one term would involve clearing several hurdles. Farage says leaving the European Convention on Human Rights would remove the legal barriers, but it could cause several other problems. The ECHR is part of the Good Friday Agreement, which Farage says he'd renegotiate, but Labour says leaving it would jeopardise peace in Northern Ireland. It would likely also need parliamentary approval, meaning reform would need a strong majority, something Farage is far away from at the moment. It's also likely that the Lords would try to block any attempt to leave the ECHR. A reform government could eventually force it through, but that would take many months, and then the ECHR needs 6 months' notice before a country can leave. The UK would also have to leave the UN Convention Against Torture. So all of this could take a while. Then Farage says he'd use economic pressure to secure returns agreements to send migrants back to their home country, which could involve negotiations with governments like the Taliban and sending migrants to places they could be tortured. Reform says that would be worth it to protect the borders. Farage says he'd also sign agreements with third countries like Rwanda to send migrants when sending them home isn't possible. Remember though, this was tried by the Tories and they failed to get it off the ground. And leaving human rights conventions could upset the international community, making third country agreements harder to achieve. If that fails, Farage says he would consider sending migrants to British overseas territories like Ascension Island in the South Atlantic Ocean. It is likely that every stage of this plan would be challenged in the UK court. So Farage's plan is not impossible, but critics say it would be incredibly tough to achieve. More questions? Let us know in the comments.